Good Friday morning, traders. Who's ready to make some money today? All right, so we've had a pretty wild week, and we have more up on deck for today. Let's check out that economic calendar. All right, we got global S&P manufacturing PMI, 2 hours 17 minutes, and then we got Fed Chair Powell. That's what everybody's going to be waiting on today to see what he has to say. All right, so it's been a wild ride. All right, let's jump right in. Let's chart this out. Guess where we are? Yeah, I've been doing a lot of things for the pre-market. I mean, for the 30-day boot camp, making a lot of slides for the videos. Nah, you know what? Let's just remove them all. All right, let's go. We are on the 1 year, 1 day. So what do we got here? We have we're coming up on the June lows. And it's funny, I remember telling you guys that a lot of these big YouTubers and people that sell courses were telling people back here that the bottom was in, and they were starting to buy back into all the tech and everything. And you know, I told you guys, I'm like, why would they do that? We were in nothing more than a bounce in a downtrend, right? I just thought that was really, really odd that they claim to be professional traders selling courses, and yet here they are telling people to start buying back into all the big brands because the bottom was in. It didn't make sense to me, but anyhow, here we are, almost to the lows of June, right? We haven't seen this low since pre-pandemic. So today could be the day, you know, is the market, like I said yesterday, are we finally coming to terms with reality? I saw at Walmart today, I posted on my Facebook, they put like these big barrier posts around their entryways overnight. And I'm like, man, what are they preparing for? What do they know that we don't, right? All right, so anyhow, here's the one day. I mean, we really don't have anywhere else to be looking at on this right now. We don't have enough data on the futures chart to go back to our next major level. So let me jump up here to my top screen on Thinkorswim, and let me go to the 3-year week, and let me see where we're looking to go if we break this. Our next area is going to be 10,960 to 10,650. So let me come back here. $10,960 to 10,007, we'll say. This is the next area we're looking at to the downside. All right, so let's jump back in here now. Let's get to the smaller time frames. Let's go to the 1 hour. We're going to have this area right here as resistance overhead. And I don't know why I did this one down here yellow, but I mean red. Where is my other line? Did it disappear on me or what? Why is it not loading? Not sure why it's not loading on here. Let me go back and try this one more time. It's here. Maybe it is, and I'm just not. 11262. Maybe that is it down below us. No, it's not. So let's put it again. I don't know. I don't know why it's not coming on. Why it's not carrying over. Alright, there's the hour. Let's go down to the 30-minute. I don't think we're going to really see anything different on it. I mean, that's pretty much it. So let's go to yesterday's close. Alright, we got yesterday's close marked off. And then just in case it wants to get frisky, we'll go to yesterday's high. But the one thing that I'm noticing is it just doesn't feel like a massive sell-off, because I think they would have done it already. And my colors are all messed up today. Nothing really changes on the 15. Alright, so now we're back on the 2-minute time frame. Alright, so... oh, that's 2 hours, sorry. I was like, that does not look right at all. Alright, so now here on the 2-minute time frame. Alright, here we can start marking off some new highs and lows. Again, we are 100% net short. So the higher probability trade would be to the upside. But really not looking too good on the upside. Remember, you want to primarily be trading in the direction of the trend, right? But with that said, you know, we haven't seen really any big massive moves over the last few weeks. Like I said, you know, that interest rate was already priced in. So the market's kind of, I don't know, it's doing something that I've never really seen before. So it's, again, another day to just kind of be patient and see what happens. You know, we got, you know, the Fed speech today is probably around 2 o'clock. You know, it's Friday. You know, a lot of traders don't trade on Fridays. We're not in the last... are we in the last week of the month? I don't even know. Let me see. I think we got another Friday before the month closes out, when everybody likes to balance their books. No, so we got till the 30th. So it's... today, really, the only thing on deck is going to be that PMI and the Jerome Powell speech. So as you can see, we're already kind of range trending, right? The overall direction is down. We have this range. Don't mistake this, the middle of the range right here, for the actual width of the range, okay? And if you look at the bigger range, we have a bigger range above. If we kind of, you know, these are going to be your areas to watch. But like I said yesterday, you know, we just saw a lot of chop, a lot of sideways movement, and that's expected after a big down day like we had on Wednesday. All right, so we got yesterday's close marked off right up here. Again, we are 100% net short. You know, is the market going to come down? And all right, this is going to drive me nuts. Why are my lines not appearing on here? I'm going to have to call their support department today because this should not be happening. All of our lines down here are not coming through to this time frame for some reason. So, yeah, I'm going to have to call them today and find out what's going on. So give me a minute here. Let me get this top one set back up. I mean, we're so close to making a double bottom on that June low. You know, it's going to be kind of be the same game plan as it was yesterday. We're looking probably the June low right around this area here. I don't want to draw it yet till I'm 100% precise on it because that's the difference of taking a trade or not taking a trade. You don't want to just guess on something and be wrong on your entry. So I'll do that here in a few minutes. Let me see if I can get it up here. I want the exact dollar amount. So give me 1 second here. Alright, the exact bottom is $11,075. And where we double bottomed is $11,200. And then our first test was 11,317. So we are really close. So in this vicinity, so this is our pretty much our area where we're going to have major support. Major support. All right. So I wouldn't really be too keen on jumping in any trades other than, you know, the areas of liquidity that I like. And again, with this slow down motion that we're having, I'm really not looking to get into any trades at all. As you can clearly see, I haven't traded yet today because of this price action. If we open it up here a good bit, I mean, this, you had one good trade here, but all of these trades you had no follow through. So I'm just not going to jump in, you know, and hope it does what it's supposed to do, right? That's one of the worst things you could do. But, you know, notice here you had your entry bar and then you would have got stopped out, right? Then here you had your entry bar. I don't think you would have got stopped out on that one. But once you start seeing a pattern of, you know, not with no follow through, what do I always tell you? It's best not to trade, right? Here, I wouldn't have taken this one because at the time, you know, this looks like we were in a range here, right? And then we did drop down, but then we don't chase it, right? So even here, this one probably could have been a good trade. But again, after the fact that, you know, we had one that failed, two that failed. This one worked, but we wouldn't take that because of where we were, right? If we would have marked off our high and then marked off our low, you know, this would have been outside of our channel or outside of our range, right? And remember, we like to get that 50% in either direction for that doji candle. So, you know, I would have suspected that we would have just came right back up into the channel. All right? Remember, this game is all about being patient, right? And then prior to that, we had, again, the 1-2 failures. So I'm not going to go jump in and take a trade, you know, just because we got that. You have to use all the tools available at your disposal. And one of them is, you know, noting that, hey, we already failed once, we already failed twice. Now we already have the range up here. We're outside of the range. I'm not going to take that candle, all right? Then we came back in here. We broke. You would have got stopped out. So right now you got 1, 2, 3 failed breakouts, 3 FBOs. All right. So that's telling me all I really need to know for today. 1, we're not on the last Friday of the month. The last Friday of the month are good days to trade because we got balance in books, right? So we're just going from range to range. Now we're making another range. So we got 1, 2, 3 ranges, right? What's that? What is that? Right? So when nothing makes sense, guys, even though we are in a downtrend, you know, a lot of these people who've been trying to short this have been getting stopped out in every single area. You know, when I see sloppiness like this, you know, there's no point in taking trades, right? Because you don't, I mean, look at this price action, right? I mean, they're pickpocketing people today. And these are the things that you have to be able to identify, right? If you can't identify this kind of trading, you know, you're going to have to pack it up or really study and learn, right? I'm here and I want to teach you guys what you need to look for. This is why, you know, coming to your desk early, right? Preparing for the day. You have to analyze overnight price action. You have to, right? You have to mark off these areas. You have to know what you're looking at. Because if you don't and you just see a downtrend, right, and you just jump in to go short, and then it comes up. You jump in to go short, then it comes up. Short, up, right? That's not how you trade. In order to become a professional trader, it's going to take you time. I don't care what any of those marketing campaigns out there tell you. You know why they're out there? Because they're making the people selling them money, right? Those courses aren't teaching you jack squat, and neither are the paid courses that give you alerts. Remember, I told you I entered some of those paid alert courses just to see what they were about. And I'll never tell you the names of them because I don't want lawsuits, but they're garbage. It's like the people are guessing. Like, they would send out alerts to buy put options, and I'm like, you can't be serious right now. And then 5 minutes later, they'd be like, close it for a loss, right? And it's like, yeah, they could show you know, all these great comments. You know, I made $10,000. Well, if you got 5,000 people signed up for your service and you get a couple of things right a day, you know, randomness does that. And then you got good comments, but you're only showing the public the good comments, right? What do you think's going to happen? People are going to believe the garbage, right? So anyhow, you know, what we're doing here, again, I'm doing this for free. We're going to put a course together. But, you know, I'm not going to work 20 hours a day selling courses, you know. When we go live, I'm going live for an hour and a half max, right? I don't want to spend my whole day teaching people. That's not what I came to the trading world for. Right? I don't mind. I actually enjoy teaching now. So it's good, and I'm here for you guys. But with that said, these are the things you have to be able to identify in the trading world. You have to know what works. You have to know what doesn't. You have to know what you're looking for, right? And even though we're going down, how many people do you think honestly caught this whole move this entire way down? You know, who shorted here or shorted here or shorted here, and they stayed in this whole entire thing? There's not too many people because of the way the price action is, right? I mean, it's just coming back up. And that's what the market does typically, you know. They're just up and down, up and down, up. I mean, look at this big engulfing bar, right? Already, I wouldn't have never took that bar, all because of what we saw already. This didn't work. This didn't work. We broke channel. We broke structure, right? So you don't know, like, this should have went back up. It came down, right? To take this bar, you'd be out of your mind. All right, guys. So again, today is just one of those days. You know, it's just kind of a wait and see. Even at the bell today, I mean, who knows what could happen, right? The way this week has ended up. But we are so close to this area, right? We're talking, what, less than 100 points, right, in this area. So if they come down here, right, I'm going to want to see either a really strong rip to the upside, right? If they're not selling, right, if they're not going to continue to sell off, I already saw on Thinkorswim that all this bad news, like, people are wanting to sue their investment firms because they lost them so much money. They didn't tell them that this was coming. And I chuckle at that. I'm like, really? People are going to sue. They didn't see this coming. Have they been living in France You know, have they not been to the grocery store? Have they not seen the price of gas? I mean, you know, I don't know. To me, I chuckle at that. I'm like, or are you just listening to the media? Because, you know, the media will tell you everything's okay. You know, but then when it actually hits your bank and your financials, you know, what are you then going to wake up? Come on. Give me a break. Get with reality. All right, so with that said, we have not seen a really strong push since, what, Tuesday to the downside? I mean, we saw we saw some big pushes, right? But not enough to convince me that we're going to sell off, right? That we're just going to hit here, bounce, and then rip, right? And maybe we will. But that's why we're going to be patient, right? I'm not a fortune teller. I'm a chart reader. I'm a price action reader, right? I read what I see, not what I think. And that's what I want to teach all you guys to do. What I see right now is nothing but sloppy madness. Who knows what's going to happen, right? But, you know, in theory, they could come down here and just start ripping the rest of the day, all the way up to the upside, right? And up until Jerome Powell speaks at 2, right? And, you know, they might not even come back to test this. They're going to leave everybody in their dust, right? And we could see that as early as, you know, the next 20 minutes, starting at 8 to 9 o'clock, right? Might not even come down to this area, all right? So that's one thing I want you to watch for, right? Do we come down here and just rip up? And if so, buying those pullbacks is where you'd want to buy or enter, right? But you want to see a strong move up, right? You don't want to see sideways moves up. You want to see the market kind of this, right? Pull back, boom, 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 with small pullbacks, right? That's what you're looking for, all right? There's a huge difference between a strong move up will have you a trend channel like this, okay? A slow move up will have you a trend channel like this, wide and kind of just what you're kind of seeing here. You know, just kind of chopping its way up, coming back for stops, but the whole time making its way up. We're not trading that, all right? It's better to stay away and live to trade another day, especially for newbies, than it is to get caught up in this kind of garbage. We're already seeing the games, all right? It's Friday. The trading bars right now, the daily average 1.29 million, almost 1.3 million. Right now, we only have 3,000 contracts being traded on a 15-minute bar. Right, typically by this time in the morning, we're seeing between 7 and 10,000 contracts. So on every 15-minute bar, we're only seeing about 3,000 trades going in. So that tells me that a lot of people are seeing what I'm seeing. Right, it's really only your newbies and, you know, people who don't really know what they're looking at and just trade in every single bar. Like, I wouldn't even be looking to trade in here. Even if we get a breakout here, I'm not looking to trade. I'm looking at other information. Remember, right now, our projection oscillator, our RSI, they're all overbought, right, coming into this. And what's the other thing? We do not trade big bars leading up into a resistance area, right? We never trade big bars leading up into a resistance area. What we want to trade is, you know, when it falls and then we get those nice little bars leading up, kind of consolidates up above that 50% point, right? If we get that consolidation in here and then we get that first bar outside, that's the bar we're trading. Okay, we're not trading the garbage like this, all right? Even if they do break this out, all it's going to be is a fake out, just like this was, just like this was, just like this was, this one right here, right? That's all that's going to be. It's just going to be another repeat breakout. Big bars do not break out. They just don't. Now watch this one shoot all the way up as I say that. But no, it's not gonna. But they might bring it up to this point to fake them out, or maybe even bring it up a little bit. But you're not going to get a breakthrough and it keep going like that. Actually, 7:51. The hour on the hour is when it does like to make big moves. I didn't realize what time it was, but I still wouldn't be looking to get into a trade like that right now. But it's not going to work. Even if it does, they're just going to take your money. So now back to the pre-market game plan. So that's the game plan to the downside, okay? To the downside, You know, again, I'm just not looking to go to the downside unless we get to this area. Right? If we get to this area and then we rip, again, the same type of pattern, really strong channel, I'm not going to be trading this garbage all the way down. That's just nonsense. All right? Now, again, to the upside, we're looking for the same thing. A really strong rip, right? Really strong. Strong moves, right? They're not going to want anybody to join the ride with them, right? They don't like giving us money, guys. That's the name of their game. It's like I've been telling you forever. It's a casino. That's it. Nothing more. And the house doesn't like to lose. And this is why they chop it around like this, right? Is it rigged? Yes and no, right? You have to know how to trade. You have to have the pockets to trade. Or you just have to trade smart in specific locations and get paid, all right? And that's what we are. We're smart traders, right? We're location traders. We're trend traders. We're not bulls. We're not bears, right? We're the very few who could trade any market condition. And that's a treat for you guys, you know, that are with me. All right? We're taking money out of their pockets, and they don't like that. All right? Now let's watch. Now here's the breakout, right? So this would be your entry bar, right? Well, that wouldn't be your entry bar. The next bar that forms would be your entry bar with your stop right here, right? So when that bar closes, your next bar would be your entry, right? If this closes up here green. But already, I mean, 1, 2, 3, right? And we're already creating a lot of space between that bar and the 20. And in this type of market condition, now look, we're not making massive moves, right? We haven't all morning, but again, we are getting closer to 9:30, right? So the pre-market, you're not going to see huge moves. Typically between 8 and 9:30, you'll get good moves. I've seen that a lot before. So this is cool that this is unfolding right in front of us again, just so I can show you guys, all right? We took out all their stops right now, right? But again, we got way too many big bars, right? That these never, ever, ever work. They rarely work. And now we're just extended, right? So let's just say now you entered this trade with your stop loss here, right? I mean, I feel bad for anybody who bought up here, right? That's not a place you want to be buying, especially with this kind of tight consolidation. And this was your fuel. But again, when these are going to work, you're not going to get this. See how hesitant this red bar is being, right? Because when you get the rocket fuel, man, it just doesn't stop, right? So there's your second sign. All right, this is what I want to help you guys to be able to identify. All right, now look where that bar is coming. All right, again, we already had 1, 2, 3, so many areas of failure. This one failed, right? Again, big bars leading up through, and we didn't get that rip follow through, right? Now look, here we come, right back down. So yeah, that's the game plan for today, guys. This is what separates the professional traders from non-professional traders, is knowing what you're looking for, right? There's specific areas that we're looking to trade. There's specific patterns that we're looking to trade. We're not looking to get caught up in this garbage, right? Now, even with this candle, you know, this is still a no, it's not a high probability setup, all right? You have too many things against you as far as the overall pattern, the overall way the day is looking, right? You're in a downtrend. If you're looking to trade breakouts, you're looking to trade them in the down direction, all right? So that's the game plan, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. If we're going to come back up to the high, let's just look and see what we got. We got our areas up here that we're looking for. You know, again, on a Friday with Jerome Powell speaking that late, I'm just not really seeing anything spectacular happening today, other than if we come down in this area and if we break through this area and then the massive sell-off comes in, and like if the fear really hits the market today, because, you know, this is how they do it, though. You know, when I saw that news today, I was like, you got to be kidding me. You know, this could cause panic. You know, and now everybody's going to be calling their 401ks or their brokers or, you know, sell, 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 right? And that could really cause a panic and a massive move to the downside. But again, if we get that, you're looking for tight, big channels, right? And then you're buying or you're selling any little pullback, all right? And the same thing to the upside, but again, I know I sound like a broken record this week, guys, I really do, but that's just the way, this is the week that we got. You know, we had big news on Wednesday, we got big news today, and that's where we're at, all right? And again, this is exactly why we wouldn't have taken this excellent bar. So I'm glad you guys get to see this in the pre-market prep, you know, and unfold as we speak, because it's good learning for you guys. And you're going to get this live once we go live in October. We do have that hurricane coming. So we'll have to see what happens, you know. Could still go west, but our local news channel has us right in dead center. So we're definitely going to see something. You know, if it stays a Category 2, there's really, it's really not much when you live in Florida. But anyhow, so that's where we stand. You know, I would be looking more, you know, for that kind of, again, that sideways chop until Jerome Powell speaks. So just use caution. You know, again, we've already had a lot of fake outs. We've had a lot of channels already. You know, we've had a lot of channels already. So the sideways, you know, the action is sideways to down right now. Again, the overnight inventory is 100% net short once again, right? So we're going to have this gap to fill up above us, right? As of now, this is the gap to fill to the upside. Are we going to get that today? Not really sure, right? I would imagine we're going to come back and at least touch the 200 and the VWAP, especially if they're going to sell off, right? The market makers want to get as close to the VWAP as possible. All right? All right, guys. God bless you all. Have a great day trading. And I will see y'all later. I'm working on the boot camp, so I'm not really trading right now. Not even my own accounts. I really want to get this boot camp. It's going to be so labor intensive, it's not even funny. I'm putting a lot of hours into it. I'm like, literally, you have no idea how much time I'm putting into this. So, guys, great things are coming. God bless y'all. Have a wonderful day. Be cautious of the market, right? We haven't seen a really good market since last week. So, same game plan as last week and every day this week. Just use caution. All right, all we're seeing lately is fake outs. You know, what should happen doesn't, right? I'm trying to help you guys avoid those, right? By identifying, hey, every single thing that should have happened today hasn't, right? Fake out breakouts all day, sideways action, right? Making new channels, right? So as of right now, I would consider this overnight, yesterday's close, and this as like one big channel. All right. So again, look at how we're struggling in here. But you know, now it could want to do its break again. But again, it's that time frame, right? 8 o'clock. We should see a decent move here now that it's 8 o'clock. I don't know what it is about on the hour, every hour. The market likes to make moves on the hour, every hour. But you see the falseness of it, right? I'm just going to sit here with you guys to see, because here our stop loss would have been right here above your entry bar. And it didn't take it out yet, but again, we would not have traded this because we had big bars leading up to it. And big bars never work leading up to an area of resistance, like the no smoking. All right, well, I got things to do. Have a great day trading, guys. God bless, and I'll see you on Monday if we're not under 10 feet of water. All right?